Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. 2025 has been an incredible year for gaming. Between Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Clay Obscur, Expedition 33, Oblivion, the list of titles that have provided amazing experience for players just goes on. And honestly, it doesn't look like that's going to slow down at all for the rest of the year. Case in point, Dispatch. We got a trailer for this game last year and it looked cool, but it wasn't clear how it was going to play or if it would really be worth the experience. We got a demo recently due to Steam Next Fest, which for those who are not aware is going to be occurring from June 9th to June 16th. Some of the demos will continue to be available after Next Fest, but as you probably already know, some of them are going to be time-based and only available this week. So if you haven't already, go ahead and jump on it. I streamed 2 demos last night as part of Next Fest. I did Dispatch and I also did another game called The Necromancer's Tale. I immensely enjoyed both titles, but we'll talk about The Necromancer's Tale in a separate video. For now, I want to stick to Dispatch, which was absolutely incredible. Now, unbeknownst to me, Dispatch is developed by Ad Hoc Studios, and some of their members are comprised of previous Telltale game developers. For those who don't know, Telltale has been one of my favorite developers all time. I love the Walking Dead series. I love the Batman series, and I was a massive fan of A Wolf Among Us. Hopefully, we get a sequel to that game sometime soon. So as soon as I realized some of those people were involved in making this game, I already knew, all right, this is going to be something special. With that being said, let's get into it. What is Dispatch? Well, in this game, you play as a hero who has had an especially vicious encounter with a villain that subsequently destroyed his hero suit, which should have ended his career, but you run into a company that takes small-time villains and tries to rehabilitate them into heroes. They need someone to serve as a dispatcher for this particular hero group, basically deciding which jobs each hero should take and trying to help them gel as a team. The company asks you to take on this role, and in return, they will recreate your hero suit, so you go ahead and readily commit. The demo is a little bit odd in that I feel like you don't get the full understanding of that premise until the end when it shows a trailer to help hype up the full release. In the actual demo, it skips all of that and heads straight to your first day on the job. So from a content standpoint, it's great stuff, but I think a lot of players might not be fully clear on the motivation until you get to the very end. Anyway, the first day is absolutely fantastic. You meet multiple heroes and other dispatchers, and all of them feel like they have fully fleshed out personalities, and it was deeply entertaining to engage in these different conversations. Of course, this is a game made by Telltale developers, so they have that same system of providing you with a couple of dialogue options each time you can respond during a conversation, and you have a limited amount of time to choose your response. So it forces you to just do what's natural and not try to game the system. I always really enjoy that in these games. Part of what makes these conversations so entertaining is the superb voice acting across the board. Dispatch brought in some pretty famous YouTubers to help with the voice acting, which I don't think I've seen in a game before, but from what I've witnessed, it works really well. I know Moist Critical is voicing Sonar, which is one of the main heroes you expect to lead. He does a great job. It is so freaking entertaining hearing him as this intellectual douchebag who sometimes can't control himself and turns into a bat. Really cool. I cannot wait to hear more of him in that role. There are definitely a few other YouTubers involved as well whose names I recognize, but of course the demo's short, so you don't get enough time to experience everybody's work. But from what I've seen, the decision to include them definitely works well, and I'm sure from a marketing standpoint, it's going to pay off for them as well. But just even outside of that, you're going to recognize a lot of the voices involved in this game. Your main character is voiced by Aaron Paul. Your best friend and the person you know the most at the company is voiced by Jeffrey Wright. Matt Mercer and Laura Bailey are in the game as well. Just a really standout voice cast thus far, and I can't wait to find out who else is in the game. On top of all that, as you could probably already tell from the footage, the art is amazing. Works really, really well. All the characters just pop off of the screen. There was never a single time where it was boring to look at this game. I cannot wait to see more footage of Heroes' powers in full swing with these graphics, because I think it's going to be really, really effective. But what I honestly think is the biggest surprise for me personally in this game is that the dispatching system is actually, me personally, a ton of fun. So you're basically responsible for sitting at this screen and managing all the different heroes, and emergencies are going to come up in the city. And for each of these emergencies, you have to assess the situation and try to decide which of the heroes, based on the talents and the skills that you know they have, would be best to deal with the particular situation. And the game doesn't really hold your hand in this, so it's very easy for you to select someone who's really not well suited for that particular task. So due to this, it's possible for you to either fail missions or for them to become much more difficult than what they actually should be. But on the flip side, if you're able to select the exact right person for the job, oftentimes they're going to get options to deal with that situation that none of the other team members would receive, and it's going to make it much, much easier for you to go ahead and complete them. I love this. I love when games allow you to fail and yet at the same time give you rewards or special features above and beyond what's usual to indicate that, hey, you really, really succeeded at this. You really, really did well. I can't wait to see how the system develops. Throughout the entire time that you're doing this, there's banter back and forth between the team, most of which is absolutely hilarious and very consistently entertaining. They'll receive XP based on missions that they complete, and as they level up, you're going to be able to choose which stat you want to focus on. Subsequently, there's nobody who's great at everything. Each character is going to have very, very specific strengths and situations in which you're going to want to use them. I definitely had a few times during the demo where I completely fumbled and screwed some things up, but I also had some great wins where it was clear I did exactly what was supposed to happen, and it just overall felt very, very satisfying. When I saw the trailer last year, I thought this would be the part that was weak. I thought, all right, I'm going to enjoy the art and talking to different people and the funny conversations, but the actual dispatching, that's going to be boring and annoying. No, that was not the situation at all. The whole experience, no matter what you were doing, I had a great time with it, and that was so unexpected. I cannot wait for the full release of this game. Unfortunately, we do not have a release date yet, but I highly recommend you go ahead and wishlist this on Steam and make sure you keep it on your radar. No question, when this game comes out, I'll be live streaming on the channel, and we should have a great time. Anyway, that's all for the video today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, especially if you got a chance to check out the demo for yourself. What did you think of it? Are you excited? Do you plan to play it? I think it looks absolutely fantastic. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Hit that like button. Let me know this is the kind of content you want to see more of, and share this video with anybody else who might want to know about cool games that are about to come out. See you on the next video. Take care.